me, the guy on the ground who has that interaction, that personal interaction with the client, the bad guy, the opposition, whatever scenario you want to talk, who has the better understanding, me or the guy back in the rear who may have done it once or twice in a certain environment, in a certain situation, but he ain't right there. He's not the one with the eyes on it, not the one who feels it, senses it, and is living it. That's the differentiator. And as a business, as a CEO, yeah, you built the business from scratch, Mr. Founder. But you know what? Since you hired that guy, it's not the same. One of my favorite Stoic quotes, Heraclitus. Man, I love this one. That's probably the reason I remember this one all the time, because it hits so much in so many different ways, is that no man can step in the same river twice, because he is no longer the same man and it is no longer the same river, which means just because you did it this way last week before you hired the guy doesn't mean it's the same as it is with him doing it now. Mm-hmm. Right? That situation, that integration, that operation, the conversation, the sales pitch, the solving the problem for the client, the interaction with the client, it's different because the client is not the same person. Mm-hmm. Even if your widget is exactly the same. And by the way, the guy you put in that position is not the same as you. Mm-hmm. And even if it was an hour ago, it was an hour ago. Mm-hmm. It's all changed. It cannot be exactly the same. And that's one of the things, even bringing it back around to rugby, the boys on the pitch. Yeah. If I'm a coach, at the top level and I'm sitting up in the press box and I've got the bird's eye view and all that. Yeah. I can see, but I cannot feel. Mm-hmm. And there's a difference in a leader being able to feel what's going on. And that brings us back around to the trust factor too, mm-hmm. because as the leader, did I prepare my team? Did I train that guy properly? Mm-hmm. And if I did, then I should be able to trust him. If I didn't, then it's my fault. I'm not trusting myself to train him. How many business owners have I talked to over the years that when they hire somebody, they just hire them and say, well, you're a sales guy, go do it. Go sell. You're an operations guy, go operate, right? Go manage. You're the manager now, manage, right? There's your KPI, manage. And man, it is so, I say that in jest, but good grief. It is so true. It's such a true factor that I think so many founders screw up because they know, they got part one right. I can't do it all. Mm-hmm. Part two, since I can't do it all, I'm going to hire somebody. And I'm going to hire somebody who's the guy that, the expert in that role. Then just tell them to go do that role.
Yeah.
They never get part three right. Happens all the time.
Yeah. And I think kind of bringing it back to, the first piece of this conversation, like the leadership cures all. I think that's where it gets really interesting because, we talk about with Tribe and Purpose of developing a team of leaders, having these different leaders throughout your team.